Hi Gemini, and welcome to your love reading for October 2017. This is for singles, okay? I do the couple ones separately, and I've already done your general reading, Gemini. This is a completely different vibe. Your general reading was quite a tough reading. You get quite a lot of fives in here, but this is something completely different here. Spiritually, look, that is my favourite spiritual card. It's like, is this, the eye of the divine is looking out for you, basically, Gemini. I love it. So what we do is we do 6 cards. We look at you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, your advice card, your challenge, and the outcome, okay? Sometimes I pull an extra card if I feel that we need another one. You just got the Justice card. It was just lying here. Okay. Libra, balance. For some Geminis, what you've been waiting for is about to manifest. But she's got a blindfold on in this reading. So sometimes we can't always see it. Remember, growth takes place underground. And then suddenly it sprouts and our life situations change. That's just the way of nature, and that's the way that our lives are. Very interesting now. So mentally, you're the beautiful Empress. So mentally, you're potentially in a really good place here. You're attuned to your heart. You're attuned to love, prosperity, abundance, sensuality. You're very attuned to your well-being, because the Empress would represent well-being. She's Mother Nature. And remember, Gemini, to receive love, we need to give it. Yeah, that's just the law. What we give out comes back times 3. You want to change your destiny, you change the way that you love, and you change the way that you are in life. That's what changes your destiny. Now, emotionally, you're the King of Pentacles, so you could already have your attention on someone. He'd be one of the earth signs, but not necessarily. It'd just be someone very earthy, very solid, practical, very slow moving though. So sometimes with this King of Pentacles, you think nothing's happening because he's so slow, and then suddenly the relationship blossoms into something else, okay? So I don't know. So this could be a king, or this just could be you. Mentally, no, emotionally, you're in a very sort of earthy, very down to earth, a bit like the Empress. I really like these two together. Nothing's going to happen fast for these 2 cards though, okay? Very slow moving, very grounded, but very solid. Now spiritually, Ace of Cups. This is the eye of the divine. Sorry. This is the eye of the divine, protecting you, looking down on you. And if you look behind, the planets are coming into alignment, which for some Geminis, there's a date with destiny here. It's spiritually ordained. It's not something you can get away from or something you can resist here. Very, very interesting. Now, your advice is the Lover's card. So, you've got your own card. Now, my first thinking is there someone around you're already interested in? Because your advice is to go forward, to connect with this person, to let love and passion guide you forward. That's basically what these cards are saying, that this is a love that's meant to be. Now your challenge is the High Priestess. So this is an interesting one. Are you listening to your intuition, Gemini? The High Priestess is about receiving divine guidance. Are you listening? Are you following it? She would be your hunches. She'd be your instincts. She works through anything. The High Priestess works through the power of attraction. She's whatever your soul is calling you to do next. That's how the High Priestess works. My feeling is here, Gemini, there's already someone you're interested in. There's already someone in your orbit here. Now your outcome is the 10 of Discs. The 10 of Discs is about sharing your inner wealth in a love reading, open heart. It's about letting yourself be seen, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, trusting intimacy, trusting love, sharing your inner wealth with someone, okay? It can also mean a relationship moving to a very secure stage. So if you have got someone you're interested in, this would be it moving to a much more concrete stage, because the Pentacles are about security, they're about solidity, and both that King and both that 10 are saying there's a potential here in a love interest to make it into a really stable bond, if that's what you're interested in, Gemini. But this reading would seem to me that there's already someone that you're drawn to, that you've already started flirting with. So maybe it's only for a few people. But the Ace of Cups spiritually is looking out for you as a date with destiny. The Justice card here, sometimes that blindfold, as I said, and with that Nut King of Pentacles, there can be a feeling that nothing's happening. So it could be just an attraction or a flirtation. But the Justice card and that 10 of Pentacles, and that is your advice card, are literally saying to make steps, to do an action towards making this relationship more tangible. This may be literally only be for a few people, but what I noticed, Gemini, is everyone's love readings are really beautiful this month. So I think there's something good in the air. I think Venus is ruling the way, and so is love. But I think there's some actions that have to be taken. You might be the one who has to go forward and risk being rejected. You won't be rejected, because look, not with that outcome. But the High Priestess is a challenge. It's saying to me, you might not be listening to your intuition. You might not be listening to the guidance you're receiving, because Source is trying to talk to you, Gemini. You've got two cards that are saying the same. Something's trying to guide you into your destiny, and only you can resist it. And when we resist it, that's when we tend to get unwell and tend to get unhappy, when we're not following that calling from within. What an amazing reading. And then you got the Strength card about following your destiny, following your heart. Don't be ruled by fear. If you've got someone you're interested in, Gemini, you're going to have to go for it. There's no doubt about it. Don't get impatient if something takes a long time. It's because that King of Pentacles, who's ruling your emotional world, he moves about twice a year. And sometimes with that King of Pentacles, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just giving up. And suddenly things take shape and come to fruition. I wish you all the best, Gemini. Great reading. Loads of love. Bye.